My name is Noelia Cruz Pérez. I'm a researcher at the University of La Laguna, and the University of La Laguna is located in Tenerife, which is part of the Canary Islands. The Canary Islands are an outermost region in Europe, and we belong to Spain. This summer we had a great fire in Tenerife. This fire was a sixth-generation fire. It was the first time we had this type of event in the Canary Islands. Actually, it's been the worst fire in the Canary Islands in the last 40 years and the worst fire that happened this year in Spain. This fire started the 15th August and it took almost a month to get it under control. Sixth-generation fires are those associated with climate change linked to the rising average global temperature, increased heat waves, and the ability to create their own weather conditions. The fire reached 14,000 hectares burned in a total perimeter of 88 kilometers. Actually, the area equivalent to 6% of the island was affected by the fire. In ARSINOE, we have started a participatory process with citizens. I think this is very useful so we can increase the awareness in people. Climate change is here and we are seeing the effects really quickly. The summer was really bad for Tenerife, and also a lot of farms were affected, and the rural part of the island was the mostly damaged. That's why I think involving people and try to make them more aware of what's happening, it's useful because it will, I hope, it will help us to gain a quick response to these types of events we can expect due to climate change. Also, in the technical part, we are studying the aquifers in the islands, the effects from fire in the soil, such as erosion, loss of biodiversity, and also the ashes that stay in the ground can affect very bad the aquifer and the quality of the groundwater. That's why I keep studying the groundwater, which is our main source of fresh water here in the Canary Islands, is key to try to protect what we have and try to, of course, again, raise the awareness from the authorities, from citizens, to try to care about what we have here in the islands, which is a lot of biodiversity and very special and protected land, and also, of course, water. Our next steps are finishing our modeling. We are modeling the aquifer in La Palma and El Hierro. La Palma also suffered a huge eruption 2 years ago. That's why we are focusing on that island and El Hierro. But now that we have the know-how and we know how to model the aquifers and the recharge, the natural recharge of the aquifer, we can export that model to other islands, and probably Tenerife will be a great case because of the fire. So we know how the aquifer behave and how it will be affected by this fire and the natural recharge and also the possible contamination of the water. That's why working in the aquifer in the islands is so relevant for us.